not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mike.
Hey, Glenn, what's going? You told me to get here 3 hours ago. You said 11. It's now 2. What's...
What a story, Mike.
That's not a story. That's exactly what happened. We're running 3 hours late. We got to do this review. What are you doing?
Anyway, Mike, how's your sex life?
That is none of your business, Glenn. Seriously, you need to stop doing this bit. We need to get down to brass tacks here, okay?
Oh, hi, doggy.
Where did the dog come from, Glenn? What? Who's Lisa? What's going on?
You're tearing me apart, Lisa!
Okay, obviously you're not in any mindset to do this, so I'm just gonna go. Okay, good seeing you. Hey, just got my red shirt. You keep it.
Why is this happening? God forgive me.
Los Angeles, everybody want to be star. You have to be the best and never give up.
When I get up on stage in front of people, all I can think about is, what if they laugh at me? But you, man, you're fearless. I want to feel that too.
I don't care. I'll do it. You and me, we both have this dream.
Yeah, I guess we do.
That we'll be famous. We'll show them. Watch out, here we go. To be or not to be?
It's not gonna happen for you. Not in a million years.
But after that, this town, Greg, they don't want me.
Wish we could just make our own movie.
That's a great idea.
Oh, what a story.
What a story indeed. Today, or me Thursday, you yesterday?
Friday.
Friday, me Thursday, him Friday. Saul, the disaster artist. We have to see it separately now because he's got late hours.
I go to sleep at like 5 a.m.
So, yeah, we
PM.
saw the disaster artist, directed by James Franco, starring James Franco, Dave Franco, Seth Rogen.
Written by Franco.
Well, it wasn't written by Franco.
Franco was in
For
a lot
those
of
of you who are not in the know about this film, it tells the true story, which is also based on a book that is based on the true story of the making of the cult classic The Room. Directed, written, produced, and starring Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau. Wiseau.
If you haven't seen The Room, you could still see The Disaster Artist. You don't really need to see The Room to watch and enjoy The Disaster Artist.
I personally feel like you'd probably have a better understanding if you saw The Disaster Artist first and then The Room, instead of The Room and then The Disaster Artist.
The Room is widely considered the best, worst movie ever made. We did a video of us reacting to watching it.
Yep. Which was my first time watching it in that that segment.
So let's just dive right on into it. We're gonna, just talk about the movie. Glenn, your thoughts?
Okay, so I personally thought it was a great movie. It was very well acted from the Franco brothers. Yeah, they were both fantastic. Seth Rogen and all the whole cast, really, they were all awesome, and they definitely portrayed their real life characters very well. Especially James Franco playing Tommy Wiseau. I thought it was a really well done movie. It was really funny, especially since if you know who Tommy is, then you know all of this is just hilarious because it's real life. It's even he himself was like, 99.9% of this is all true in all his interviews and stuff like that. And it's a really well done movie, I think.
One thing I thought they did really well. I know you haven't read the book, right?
No, I really wanted to, though.
I read the book last year, and in a way it's a very inspiring book because while it's about this disaster of a movie, it is really about just kind of following your dreams no matter what. This movie kind of hit that too. It did a really good job because they could have done it and just kind of made fun of Tommy Wiseau the entire time.
They could have.
But they did a good job at poking fun at the situation and just showing how different Tommy Wiseau is. Not that he's,
Different.
He's very different. So they did it in a very respectful way that just kind of showed how passionate he was about filmmaking.
Yeah.
And didn't really, kind of point their fingers and laugh. It was more laughing with him than laughing at him.
Yeah.
I felt. And I really enjoyed that because they could have gone the completely other way. This is a great example of a good reason why movies are different from the book so many times.
Yeah.
The book is like a normally length book. I think it's like maybe 300 pages or just shy of that. And this movie's an hour 45 minutes, a standard length movie. And they cut about like half of the book out.
Yeah.
And it's just a good example of why movies are different from the book, because you can't have that long of a movie. You can't have so much detail
Yeah,
in
explaining
a short amount of time.
explaining every little thing that went on into the whole set into the actual movie. That would have been a longer
Exactly,
movie.
because obviously the book goes into more detail, but this changes things to still kind of get the overall feel of the book, but without sacrificing time or boredom or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was a really good example of how books should be translated into movies. I know a lot of books or movies just kind of tear it apart, Lisa.
Yeah, they tear it apart, Lisa. Good job there.
Yeah, thanks. And James Franco was phenomenal in this, like you said. So was Dave Franco. But, James Franco, apparently he directed, because he directed this movie too, he directed the entire time in character as Tommy Wiseau.
I would imagine.
I would love to have seen that.
I'm sure they'll have like a behind the scenes
I'm
thing
sure
in
they will.
DVDs or something like that. But yeah, that'd be hilarious to watch too.
Yeah. This is just a very enjoyable, fun movie. It's not malicious in any way, because it's all made by people who love The Room.
Yeah.
Whether it's not in the way that Tommy Wiseau had intended, they love it. They find enjoyment in it, and there's a lot of respect in this movie, and you can see that.
Yeah, and even like I said, Tommy himself he said he's loved the movie so far.
Yeah.
I guess this isn't really that important, but I think everybody in my theater, at least, seemed like they were also having a really good time and laughing, especially the people who actually knew who Tommy was.
Yeah.
But even if they didn't, they were just coming to see a movie that's getting really good ratings. They were still all laughing.
Yeah.
And I guess it's pretty much, a really good movie for all people, even if you haven't seen The Room. Is that a bird?
No, it's a plane.
Are you sure it's a plane? Oh, wait, he's coming back.
He's coming back round. He's coming back round!
It's the rating system right there. It's see it, rent it, stream it, and then skip it. So I personally, I'm obviously gonna say see it. It's a really good movie. So
there's nothing to add there. I'm also going to say see it. Like I said, you don't really need to have seen The Room to enjoy it.
or just whether you are an artist like Tommy who wanted to make something,
if
it's
you
just
want
inspiring.
context before seeing it, make sure you don't watch the movie The Room alone.
Yeah.
It is definitely a movie to be watched with friends and laughed at with friends, and try to kind of wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely see The Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
Nobody respect my vision. You are a villain. I do this whole movie for you, Greg. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
Cut.
Why you cut, Sandy? This is great. This is real acting.
If you're gonna writhe around with the dress, maybe do it before you shoot yourself in the head and blow your brains out.
I disagree.
You're really gonna make this thing?
We are going to, yeah. Together.
Ah! 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 Lisa! Ah! 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 Lisa!